right. It looks like the microphone is on. Let me see if I can. If is the lens dirty? It looks like the lens might be a little bit dirty. Give me a second here. Maybe this might be a little bit better. No perceivable difference here, but that's fine. Well, hello everybody. Starting the stream again. This is part two. Part one was a little bit of a flop, right? I had these great ambitions, but what ultimately ended up happening was I was trying to fight the upper intake manifold, trying to wrestle it off of that transmission dipstick tubing, right? It was actually a very tight fit. And ultimately, what I've done was I said that I would do it off camera and maybe come back in an hour. Kind of a lie, right? I mean, I did do it off camera. What happened is, let's say, let me put the camera down and try to sort of mime it out, right? So let's say this my hand is the upper intake manifold. What I've ended up doing was I've ended up lifting it, pulling it a little bit, turning it, and then just yanking it out. It's a weird angle. So I finally got it off, right? And the other end of my promise was that I would come back an hour later after taking a small break and continue working. And that's where this turned out to be a lie because apparently these injectors, well, not injectors, coils, I should say, the spark plugs are inside these plastic coils, and it's an individual coil per cylinder. These coils have become so brittle over time that you'll notice. Well, I'm hoping you'll be able to pick that up in the camera, but I guess I bumped into it with that intake as I was trying to take it off, and I've cracked them at the electrical connection. So that's one, two, and three that need replacing. And well, how am I going to replace three without replacing the other three, right? And if So on one hand, I'm a little bit upset because I've ruined. Or I should say, I've created a lot more work for myself than I would have had. But at the same time, if they're that brittle, perhaps, whoops, if they're that brittle, perhaps it's time to replace them anyway. Now, this is where I've got some bad news for you guys. Turns out these are pretty hard to find. If an auto parts store had them in stock, if they had them in stock, they've had only one. Right? So there was one at one store, one at another store. I couldn't just go to the store, get it, and bring it back. So I had to order off of a website called Rock Auto, which is actually a fantastic place to get car parts, right? Because they don't have a physical location. They don't have to pay associates. They don't have to keep a stockpile of parts at every store. So their prices are very cheap, right? For comparison, this on Advanced Auto Parts was $68. On Rock Auto was $28, right? The one downside with Rock Auto is that it has to be shipped. You have to wait a couple days. But in this case, no matter what I would have done, I would need to ultimately have it shipped. So, Tuesday or Wednesday, that's when we're going to continue with our work here. I'm not going to put the spark plugs in without the coils, right? That said, what we can do is we can get ready for Tuesday or Wednesday. So we can take everything off that we can. So, of course, we're changing the spark plugs like I wanted. We're changing all the coils now. And I figured since we have the intake manifold off, and since that was a tremendous pain in the ass, you see that greasy, oily looking stain there? That's the PCV valve. So I think that needs changing. I'm never going to have that good of an opportunity, potentially. So I want to change it now rather than later because trying to do that with the intake manifold on is very hard. You could try and do it from underneath the vehicle, but that's just a pain. Same thing with the EGR valve. Once upon a time, I tried to do it under the car. Huge pain in the back end. Probably not going to see it too well here, but it's that silver canister looking thing, right? Well, now that I have the intake manifold off, it's going to be very easy to do, but if I have the manifold on, huge pain in the back end. So it probably has like another 5 years of life to it or 10 years of life to it. But you know what? I'm just going to replace it so I never have to do it ever again, especially since I have the opportunity now. And then So this U-shaped looking thing, I think that's called the fuel rail. And at the bottoms of this fuel rail, you have injectors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fuel injectors. And you'll notice some of them are in pretty good shape. Some of them, it looks like they're all gunky and oily looking. My guess, see, I've never really had fuel problems, I guess you can call them. The injectors work fine, but maybe the O-rings on them worn out and maybe some fuel is leaking through or something. I don't know. So I reckon I'm gonna also replace the fuel injectors. So the PCV valve, I actually have that part with me today. We could change that today. The EGR valve, we're gonna wait for that to be shipped. The coils, we're gonna wait for shipping, and the fuel injectors, we're gonna wait for shipping. Um, let's see, what else did I want to tell you? Yeah, so we have the spark plugs, but we're not putting them in today. Oh, so with this fuel rail, it's obviously charged or it has fuel in it, right? Um, the proper procedure would be to disconnect the fuel pump fuse, turn the key in the ignition, and let the fuel sort of pump itself out, right? Now, the bright ones among you will realize that one, we've taken the intake manifold off, two, we've unplugged the car from the battery. Um, so that's a little bit unfortunate. I don't really want to put that intake manifold back on and do it the right way, quote unquote. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna undo I think it's like 4 bolts that hold this fuel rail in place. We're gonna undo it and then we're gonna pull them out. Now there are little clips, I think, holding the fuel rail and ignition, excuse me, injector. The injector is held onto the fuel rail by a clip. So theoretically, I can just pull up on the rail, all 6 injectors will come out, and then I can undo the clip on one injector. And I'm anticipating, I don't know, maybe a shot glass full of gasoline or petrol. I could be severely misunderstood. That looks like it might be a lot more. But either way, I'm going to bunch up a paper towel, hopefully catch all the gasoline that comes out, all the fuel that comes out. Hopefully it doesn't spray and cause a gigantic mess. But either way, we're going to pull this all out. And I'm going to take off just one injector. And I think I'm going to do it slow so that if there's too much fuel coming out, I can plug it back up and get a fresh paper towel. Because again, I don't want to spill the fuel, right? So we'll take it slow. We'll see what happens. So yeah, since there's going to be fuel spilling, we'll start with this. We'll take this off. I'll just take off all the brackets, all the bolts, everything. Empty out the fuel, and then what I'll do is I'll just sit the rail and the injector. Like I'll just gently sit it all back down so that dust or spiders don't get in the holes, right? And then I'm going to work on unscrewing all of these coils. Then we're going to change the PCV valve, since that should be easy. And then I'm going to take apart the EGR valve assembly and we'll call that a day. And then Tuesday or Wednesday or so, that's when we get all of our parts. That's when we can have one video to put everything back together. And assembly is usually quicker than taking everything apart because then you sort of see how all the stuff fits together. All right, so let's see how we do. First, I'm going to grab, maybe that's like a 15mm socket. Let's see. Or let me put the 16 over it. Let's see how we do. Much too large. Maybe that's a 14. Still rather large. What else have we got? By the way, I've got nobody watching the comments. So if somebody comments and I miss it entirely, I'm very sorry. Okay, so that's a pretty good size. That's a 13 millimeter. Let me put an extension on this. Okay. And I'm hoping this comes off really nice and easy. Gentle, nice, easy. No headaches, no heartaches. Because that does look rather corroded. I think I feel it going. I hope I'm just not stripping the head. Is it going or am I stripping the head? I might be stripping the head. That is scary. Let me try a 12 millimeter. Maybe that might be a better size. I think 12 might be too small, but I would be a fool if I didn't try it first. Yeah, 12 is too small. Maybe it is moving and I'm just not realizing. Okay, if this breaks, I'm gonna be very upset. I mean, it feels like it's moving, but I don't see. Is it on the washer maybe? That's why? Maybe the bolt is moving, but the washer. Well, whatever it is, it let go. So, oh, you know what? Maybe that's not so bad after all. Maybe we're okay. Yeah, it's just so corroded. I'm like very scared. But maybe we're okay. Yeah, okay. And it is a bolt on a washer. So that's why that washer part wasn't moving. For a second, I got scared that I was stripping the head of the bolt because it was starting to give, but I couldn't see anything actually moving, you know? It's a pretty horrifying feeling. But all right, that's one. I believe there's only four here. So this looks like the second one over here. Okay, now we're on there. Nice. Gently now, at the correct angle. Very careful. It's a pretty tight fit, but it moves. Okay, very good. Of course, when we assemble everything back together, we're going to give it a very healthy helping of anti-seize. Okay, there's one, two, three, and four, okay? I know the camera angle might not be too great here, but you just got to trust me that there's a, oh no, excuse me. There's one, two, three, and then the fourth one is all the way in the back. Okay. Let me get around different angle here and give it a go. Nice, easy, gently. There we go. Oh, it's such an uncanny feeling. I haven't broken anything off in there yet, so that's good. All right, and the last one, maybe I will move you guys just a little bit here. There we go. Last one looks like it's right here. And there it is. All right. Now, let's see how I want to do this. I think, okay, so we'll lift the rail up. All of the injectors are going to stay in place because they're held in by a clip, so they won't be spilling fuel out everywhere, I hope. That's when we'll have these electrical connectors up, exposed. We can undo all of the electrical connectors before we start spilling fuel everywhere. And then we'll try and take the fuel out little by little, okay? So, here goes nothing. I do have all the bolts out. It's such a not great feeling to take apart all this rusty stuff, my goodness. It's terrifying because you don't know when you're actually gonna accidentally ruin something. Okay, this is gonna take some time, but what I'm doing is I'm just gently wiggling it around. Oh, it's starting to give on this side. Okay, good. It gave over there. It's pretty caked on and stuck over here. Come on. Easy now. Yeah, I don't want to like pull or push on anything too hard in particular. Why is this stuck in here? Oh. Oh my. That's a lot of gunk in there. Oh. And there it is. Okay, these things look absolutely filthy. I might have to come back in here with like a vacuum cleaner and try to clean out those holes. It looks like a leaf just might have almost fallen in there. As a matter of fact, yeah, those injectors actually, the O-rings maybe look like they're in bad shape. Let me see if I can get like tweezers. Maybe not tweezers. Maybe I'll just be able to fish it out with the screwdriver here. Let's see. It's like a little leaf piece that I wish would not fall in there. Easy, got it now. Okay, it looks like I got it. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. I mean, that's what an oil filter is for, right? It'll just blow everything out. Or whatever. we've got our thing out, as you can see. Now I'm gonna go and undo all of these red connectors and unplug those electrical connections, just so that I have them out of the way. All right. This has been, the engine turns on, it gets hot in here, the engine stops, it gets cold. It's been like this for almost 20 years. So I'm actually very terrified that I might break something by accident. So we're just gonna go slowly, gently, patiently. Come on. Easy does it. Oops. Oh, come on. There we go. There's one. There's two. Okay, here's the other one. You know what? It's not as bad as I thought it would be. Surprisingly. Oh, there's number three. Seems to be easier to do it from the side here. So there's 1, 2, 3. Only 3 more to go. And so far we haven't damaged a single one. All right, these are oriented this way. It's a little bit inconvenient. Let's get rid of oil here. All right, that's the other one. 2 more. It seems to be easier, actually, if I could just wedge the screwdriver into the side. It seems to be a lot easier, actually, to do it this way. Oh, there's the other one. One more. And this one's filthy. I'm guessing there was some kind of very small fuel leak, but over time, it just got messier and messier. Or it could just be grime from the road for all I know. But all right, that looks like all the connectors. Gotta say though, it's a little bit uncomfortable for my knees to be like leaning forwards over the car like this. It kind of hurts. We'll go ahead and hopefully these pull off without much resistance. Come on. Oh. I feel like it's these electrical connectors that always give me the most problems whenever repairing stuff. They just never want to come off. They fight you to the end. Oh, there's one. Good. Ooh, looks gross. But there's one. Only 5 more to go. Two. That one was easy. Maybe this one will be easy too. Maybe. Come on. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, the other ones came out so easy. What's your problem? We'll come back to that one. No, just do it. Come on. Oh, gotta get a new glove. This one tore. All right. Give me connector or give me death. Ooh, stubborn. This one. Ah, okay. There's a push tab on the side. So I pull the plastic up, right? I pull the push tab and I pull the connector away. Yes. Wow. Okay. That's a lot easier. Good. Two more. Come on. Come on, little connector bit. Let's go. Okay, that's a lot of, even still, it's not easy, especially when it's at this angle. The other ones were facing that direction. These ones are facing this direction. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. One more. Okay. That's the last of them. Right. Okay. So there's a metal clip here that holds this fuel stuff in place. Before we begin, let me plug up a couple things if I can. Well, maybe not necessarily plug up, but I would like perhaps to try and, I guess, cover it. You know what? Let's see. So there is a lot of gunk in there that's going to need to be cleaned out later, one way or another. We'll get that in a bit. We'll get that in a bit. Yeah, let's just cover this so that we just don't wash anything down the whole. You know what? Screw it. How bad can this decision possibly be, right? We're not going to make anything worse, I think, by doing this. Looks like it could use a little bit of carb cleaner or brake cleaner. That's all right. I mean, we're going to need a clean interface here anyway, because that's where the O-ring is going to sit, right? And honestly, if just a tiny little bit of sludge falls in there, that's fine. That's going to get burnt and exhausted out of the engine, right? As long as I don't put like any like huge sand or anything like ridiculous, I'm willing to accept it. I just don't see a way around it, honestly. So the injector goes into that hole right there. Yep. All right, that's one. But before we clean out the other ones, like I said, we are going to try and drain the fuel from the fuel rail. This may potentially be awful, so I'm trying to prepare myself for that. This may be terrible, actually. Okay, I'm getting ready for a spill of mammoth proportions here. Now there might be a little bit of pressure in there, okay? So I'm anticipating it to like squirt a little bit. And then I imagine all of this is going to hold like residual fuel, not necessarily under pressure, but it's going to like spill out, I would think. So, getting ready here. Paper towels. Okay. I'm just going to have this one stand by on the side here. And let's see if we can work this clip loose. Oh, this clip is easy. I thought this would be like nightmare level stuff, but this clip is easy. Or at least I thought it was. Ah, there it goes. See, took off the little clip. I'm just going to set that aside. Now, I'm anticipating fuel splashing everywhere. Let's see how this goes. All right. I have one clump of paper towels in standby. I'm going to get another clump ready. Okay, I don't want fuel spilling everywhere. I don't want fuel squirting everywhere. Okay, we're just going to gently. This is going to be difficult, I guess, but we'll try our best here. All right. Well, that didn't seem terrible. Okay. Well, that one was full of fuel. That's true. But it wasn't awful. Oh, I love that smell, though. Hopefully that doesn't set off my, like, smoke detectors or anything. But yeah. Okay, so the injector did have a little bit of fuel in there. We'll spill that out. Why not? Okay, and you see how... Or you know what? Maybe it was time to change these. See, I thought they were in good shape. But that looks pretty clogged, actually. Maybe I made a good call doing this. Anyway, we'll drain all the fuel out. Sure, certainly. And then I'm going to throw this out in the trash outside so I don't have all these stinky fumes everywhere in the house. Okay? Now that that's unplugged, let's tilt the rail, spill all the rest of that fuel out. Okay? Actually, maybe there's not a whole lot of fuel in here. You know what? That wasn't as terrible as I thought it would be. I was expecting like pure horror. This is not so bad. All right. Well, like I said, 5 more to go. All right. So that's one out. Let me remove this. Wow, we haven't really bled through the paper too much. All that junk. Okay. Let me use one of these gasoline-soaked rags here to, let's see, which one do we want to do next? I guess we'll work from front to back, right? So let me start cleaning this hole. Again, We'll try and get 99.999% of the gunk out, but if some of it falls in, that's just tough. I don't think there's much I can do about that. I think this is actually doing an all right job. I don't think much, or if anything, is actually falling down in there. We might be in good shape, actually. Fortunately, it's like sticky and sticks to the paper, I think. That's my saving grace. If this was like chalky, dusty stuff, it would all be inside the engine right now. And then, of course, I'll go over all of that with carb cleaner later. Again, just plugging the holes as I move along, just so nothing crazy happens by accident. Same deal here. I'm going to try and be as cautious as possible, fully expecting a flood, even though that wasn't so bad the first time. Okay. Now let's see. If the clip was facing this way on that one, then it's going to be facing the other way on this one. Easy does it. Easy now. Good. Give me that clip. Gimme. There we go. Cakewalk. All right, let's see how we do with this one. Will this one be as forgiving? This one's stuck in there pretty good. How is that possible? Come on, just hand it over. Maybe I'm missing a crucial step somehow. Hmm. That does not seem to want to come out of its own free will. Maybe if we persuade it with the screwdriver. Maybe this one's just a little bit stubborn, that's all. Let's see, where's a good spot? Maybe here we persuade. Why is it stuck? Maybe the O-ring got like melted on somehow? Ooh. I'm okay. Is it stuck? What the hell? I don't know why this is so stuck. I'm a little bit worried that if I yank on it too much, that I'll actually break it. But it's not coming out. What on earth? What gives? Maybe it's pressurized somehow? Oh yeah, because when I move it like this, look at all that fuel come out on that side. Maybe that has something to do with it. Pressure, maybe? Let's see. Yeah. When I yank it to the side, all this fuel comes out. I'm going to need more paper towels. All right. Yeah, maybe it was like pressurized. Huh. This injector looks much better than the other one. I don't know if you can make out the little tiny 4 holes in there. The other one looked kind of clogged. This one looks like it's in good shape. Had to wrestle with it, but maybe it was a pressure issue. We'll set that aside. And we will keep working. The show must go on. Now, the nice part about doing this is by the time I actually have the parts, gasoline, it evaporates really quickly. So once I pull these off, any residual gas over the next 2 days will evaporate. So when I start the car back up, there's not like gas pooled anywhere that will potentially catch fire with the hot engine, I guess. I don't know. Right. Well, actually, let me put this over here because now this is open. As a matter of fact, maybe I should replace. Nah, we'll keep this in place for now. Yeah, let's replace it. This one's soaked. All right. We will move on to the next one after I finish spilling fuel everywhere. Turns out there is quite a lot of fuel in here. It's just it wasn't as dramatic of a release as I envisioned it would be, which is good. Which is good. All right. Let's see if I can maybe clean out the next hole. All right, you guys are not going to be able to see that, but I'm cleaning or trying to clean one of these holes in here, and it's particularly dirty. I'll try my very best here. First, I'm going to try and scoop all the grime at the surface of the hole away. That didn't really feel quite good, but it's what it is. All right. I'm actually surprised, compared to yesterday, how hard of a time we were having yesterday, how easily we are moving along today. This is actually a pleasant walk in the park by comparison. All right, let's remove the next clippy bit. That's the next clip off. As a matter of fact, let me turn the camera here. Maybe you guys will be able to see a little bit better. This injector doesn't look to be in too much of a bad state. This one. This one's also kind of stuck in there. Maybe we have the same deal here where it's like all high pressure. Whoops. Yeah, that was a lot of fuel that just came out of there. Why is it like that, I wonder? Oh, still more fuel coming out. Even more. At least it's not like a dramatic all at once release. Can you imagine how horrible that would have been considering all the fuel that's coming out right now? Yeah, look at that. That's a lot of fuel. All right, come on. Oh, this one's soaked. Okay, let's replace this one. And then after this injector, I'm gonna throw these towels outside really quick. Just so I don't have gasoline soaked towels laying around. There we go. Right. We keep trying. Let's move along. Oh, I'm gonna need more actually. More paper towels. Yeah, this one's got a bit of junk caked on as well, but doesn't look terrible. I can still see the holes. My glove ripped. That's nice. But that's the next injector out. Yeah, so far I only found like just one questionable injector, which is not bad by any means. Gasoline is an excellent solvent, so I'm sure that you just let the engine run, it cleans itself out. So it's hard to even call that a questionable injector. It might have been just fine, actually. Either way, since we're here, we replaced them. Screw it. I don't want to have to deal with this later. Just putting on new gloves before continuing on. For those of you watching who are just joining us, what's happened is, even though we've started with only changing spark plugs in mind, I've decided to change a whole lot more. So right now we're pulling out fuel injectors, and we haven't depressurized the fuel system yet. So that's why this is being a little bit of a painstaking process. And I've only decided to do this after I've taken everything apart. So it's not like I can just, turn the key and have it. Oh, that's a lot more gas there. Let me get more paper towels. Up, 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 up. Okay, that's actually a lot of gas coming off of that. A lot of petrol. There we go. My goodness, how much gas is in here? Jeez. It's a lot. Okay, I'm going to replace all of this and throw the garbage outside. All right, this way I don't have this stuff just laying around, stinking up the place. All right, the show must go on. Okay, if I tilt it, is more fuel going to start spilling out? Because this is kind of getting annoying. Let's say yes. But on this side, for some reason, come on. Is that all of it? Maybe? Okay. Would have been a lot easier if I just thought of this before even beginning anything, then I could just depressurize the system and move about my day. That's all right, though. At least we're making good progress, unlike yesterday. Yesterday was horrible. All right. Get this next clip off. I'm so happy these clips come off so... Ooh. I'm so happy these clips come off so easy. It's so nice. So nice. Let's tilt this up. Will it stay? I don't want to twist it too much because I feel like that hose is like almost 20 years old. I don't want to bend it too much. Let's see. Actually, now that I have it like this, it might be the perfect opportunity to clean out all of the holes, actually. Let me do that really quick. So I've got this, this, this. 3 of them cleaned up. 3 of them remain. What is this, like black oil? I don't know. Strange. How is there like a, you see this? Like a black oil is coming from inside the electrical connector. How is that even possible? Hmm? That's a fuel rail, not an oil rail. And all of the connectors have like oil and, oh, maybe they've put oil in there, clean oil, so that it doesn't corrode, right? Is that even possible? I don't know. Hmm. It's interesting. Okay, it looks like I've got that hole relatively cleaned up. Did something just fall in there? It looked like a little bit of the foam. Ah, it's gonna get coughed out whenever we start the car again. That's all right. I'm not too worried about a little piece of flammable material falling in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more. And I'll bring the garbage bag a little bit closer, actually. That might be a better play, a better move. All right. How am I doing? The microphone still on? Yes. Phone still hasn't complained about low battery, so that's good. Let's see. We continue cleaning. Only 2 holes remain. Okay. This one, I gotta be careful. There's gunk around the edge here that I'm just gonna push off. Push off. Not sure you're able to see. Push off. There we go. That's a nice clean mating surface now. Good. All right, we plug it. Good. There's more like little foamy bits falling out. Good thing we plug them. That's the reason why. Okay, and there's one more that we need to clean off here. Let's see if I can even find it. Where is it? Ah, there it is. This one's also filthy. I'm just gonna push all the crap aside. Same here, just push it away. Okay, that looks about clean. Maybe now we'll be able to pull off the last two injectors. Hooray. Look at that. All right, they can't possibly have that much fuel left over in them, can they? I guess we'll just have to find out. I think I hear some sloshing around in there, so we're still not quite done with that yet. Let me tilt you guys up so you can see. There. All right. And you know what? Let's see. I got the clip off of this one. So one, two more. Let me get the clips off the rest of them. Why not? So here's this one. Whoop. Oh, conveniently shot out right into my hand. Lucky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So there's one last clip to remove. Here it is. This one's really crusty. I mean, this last fuel injector here, I'm really curious to see what this one looks like once we take it apart. All right. Let's start pulling injectors. There's one, also pretty stuck in there. Oh, that was easy. Okay, this one, I don't think the camera will focus. This one's in good shape. This one's in good shape. Yeah, I don't think I really needed to replace the injectors, but like I said, since I'm here, might as well. And I feel like once I replace them, they're probably good. The new ones will be good for the rest of the car's life, I think. So there's that. All right, this one is really mucky looking. Curious to see what this one will be like. If I could even get it off. Come on. Almost there. There we are. Oops. Caught you guys. All right. So this one's all mucky looking. You know what, though? The end of it looks all right, despite that. You know, maybe these O-rings, I mean, they look like they're in good condition too, but you see all this grime? It's on the outside. It's on the inside. Like, did the bottom O-ring just... You know what? The bottom O-ring actually feels very hard. Well, the top one is slightly squishy. So maybe the bottom O-rings, just due to heat stresses, sort of failed and then just allowed junk to either get in or get out. I don't know. I mean, the bottoms of these injectors, they look fine. Like, they spray fuel fine, I think. But, yeah, just for some reason, there's just so much grime. I don't know. Let's see. And there's only one injector remaining, I think. All right. This one is filthy. Let's see how this will do. Off you go. Come on. Oh, there it goes. The end of this one looks fine too. But again, look at all the dirt on both sides of this like green O-ring. This O-ring is clearly not providing a good seal if there's that much just junk in there, right? That's my process of thought. The injectors themselves look fine, but since I've opened it all up and since I'm here, I'll just replace the injectors. Like I said, this way I'll never have to worry about it for the rest of the car's life. Anyways, that seems to be all of the injectors out. Okay, cool. That was easy. Time consuming, but easy. Let me change gloves because these gloves are like caked in muck. Let me change gloves. I know at the beginning of the video I said I'll just reinsert the fuel injectors to plug up those holes. But I think I'm just going to shove some paper towels in there. Maybe that won't be necessary. I don't know. I just don't want junk getting in there. Anyway, where was I? New gloves. All right, we've got our new gloves on. I'm wondering, will I be able to tilt back the fuel rail exactly the way I had it earlier? That was so like nice and convenient. How about it? Or did I have it like this maybe? Yes. So this way, I at least have comfort in knowing that the fuel will not flow out of it while I'm not looking. And while I'm here, I think there's actually some junk in this one. There we go. It's like a little hair or something. All right. You see how clean it looks inside of that fuel rail? Gasoline is an excellent solvent. While I'm here, I'm just going to insert papers. And that's really just to prevent the accidental something falling inside. Because you see just how much dirt is laying around everywhere. All right, the next one. Come on, in you go. All right. Okay. Perhaps the worst is behind us at this very moment. Because honestly, like out of everything I planned to do today, I think this might have been like the worst thing. Um, the whole fuel spilling everywhere kind of type of deal, you know? But now that that's behind us, maybe it won't be so bad. We'll see. Let me remove this dirty, nasty paper towel. Let me remove this dirty, nasty paper towel. All right. That cleans everything up really nicely for us. Now, what do I want to do next? I think we'll pull off all of these coils. Now, I don't remember. Do I push down on this tab? And then that's a very tight. I really don't. Oh, that's actually not so bad. Okay. Easy now. There we go. There's the next one. Good. This one, it's broken on the. Broken on the corner here. So I'm hoping. Yeah, right there. There's like a big crack. So I'm trying to pull off this connector. Hopefully it doesn't give us a problem. I suspect it might. Also, I just got the 20% battery warning on my phone. When I hit 10%, I think I'm going to take a break and continue on. I'm actually having a lot of fun today, so maybe I'll actually like let the phone charge up and come back to streaming after taking like a small coffee break or something. We'll see. Come on. Why is this so difficult? Ah, okay. I was actually able to remove that. Nice and easy. Yeah, that's broken. I'm so glad that was as easy as it was. Next. No, I don't remember what this connector was for. We'll have to. I'll have to try and remember what this connector. Maybe it was for the. I'll have to try and remember. There's actually so many connectors now. I worry I'm gonna struggle remembering what goes where. Right, last one here. Oh, okay, good. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now this is gonna be a challenge because you see how corroded these are? These are Torx screws. They should come off easy, but they're so corroded. So we'll see. I'm gonna try using a T25 bit. Is this right? Because I feel like maybe you put the coil over the spark plug. Maybe that's how that works. Anyways, we drop our Torx bit in there. It's a very tight fit. And I'm hoping I don't strip the head of this screw, because then we're off in a bad way. Easy now. Oh, perfect. Got that loosened up. Next one. This one's stuck pretty good. There it goes. Okay. I mean, I'm surprised I haven't like stripped or broken anything yet. Good. Very good. This is like very successful today. I'm impressed. Well, that one was easy. Well, that one wasn't even torqued down that much. I mean, some of these are much tighter than others. I'm wondering if these were maybe changed once upon a time and if the previous owner did a pretty bad job. All right. Good. Okay, that's on there pretty tight. Oh, let me tilt the camera here. There we go. some of these are on really good. Then again, it might not even necessarily be how the previous owner torqued it down or anything. Maybe it's just after oh so many cycles of the engine turning on, engine turning off, it being hot, it being cold. Maybe that's has something to do with. Oh, this one's corroded a little bit. This one I'm actually very worried about. I might not be able to do well with this one. A lot of corrosion and grime buildup in there. We will try. We got it. I'm impressed. I'm very pleased that nothing broke, nothing snapped. Oh, okay. This is good. This is promising. Only two left to go, and so far we've been doing pretty good. Oh, this one was easy. One left to go. The last one. Please don't give us any problems. You're the very last one. Oh, easy. Easy. Okay, splendid. Oh, I'm thrilled. That actually made my day. Okay. So I believe the spark plugs actually get put in with like a spark plug socket, and that these coils just merely sit on top, right? You know what? By hand, this is going to take forever. Let me cheat a little bit with the Makita. All right. I've got my Makita. Okay, that's about off. That's off. Oop. I think I saw a comment out the corner of my eye. Let me check on that. I'm doing this by phone, so it's hard for me to see the comments. I'll have to review that comment when I come back later, because I saw a notification flash on the screen, and then when I went to look, it went away, and I'm like mashing all the buttons on the phone here, and I can't find the comment. I'm so sorry, whoever that was who left me a comment. Thank you so much. But I missed it. Oh, I have a 06 300 Touring. Hey! Welcome to the show. Do you like it so far, the 300 Touring? This is the 300 Limited, but I think they have the exact same engines. And just so you know, between chats and popping up and me reading them, there's probably a bit of a lag time of about a minute or so. Let's see. Yes, very smooth ride. Right. Yeah, that's the thing. So back in like 05, Mercedes and Chrysler were actually joined together. It was like a Mercedes Daimler AG, I think was the company name. So you have the engine, I think, by Chrysler. You have the interior design by Chrysler. But the suspension and transmission are actually from Mercedes. It's an interesting mix. I feel like the best things to ever come out of the Chrysler. Wow. Okay, Definitely needs replacing. Look at that. It's bent and caked over. How is that possible? My God. And it's got like some kind of animal hair in it too. Look at that. Okay, so this has probably been worked on at some point once upon a time. Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna slide that back in for now. Okay, just to keep all the dirt out of it. Yeah, as I was saying, Daimler AG or Daimler Chrysler AG, I think it was called, used to be a company, and I think the Chrysler 300 and the Mercedes Sprinter were probably the best things they have ever made. Okay, this one also kind of bent. Why are they bent? You see that? It's like not straight. Maybe they're like that, and I just never knew. Kind of unnatural, right? Oh, and if you open up your driver's door, I think there's like a little sticker that tells you your VIN and all that stuff, and that too will tell you, Daimler Chrysler Corporation produced this car. So there's your fun fact for the day. Matter of fact, let me just pull this junk out. These definitely, I'm surprised they're in this kind of state. Like, I'm kind of horrified about this one. It's bent and it's got crust at the end of it. And this is a coil. Mm. Then again, this car almost has 250,000 miles on it, so I guess it's to be expected. Okay, so I just got the 10% battery warning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all the coils out, roll paper towels into the holes, and I'm going to charge up the phone. I think I'll actually come back because I'm having a lot of fun here. So maybe in about an hour or two. It depends how long it takes the phone to charge, but I expect to be back today. I'm actually hoping to be back today. I know yesterday I said that and it turned out to be a whole different thing, but yeah. Okay, so I've pulled out two coils and both of them I think should have been replaced. This one, well, obviously these three need to be replaced anyway because of the broken connector, right? But what about this one? Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe, wait, is this supposed to be, maybe, okay, maybe these are rubber. Let me see. I thought this was solid plastic. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, it turns out that they're rubber. I did not know that. Cool. Yeah. So that's why they were all bent looking. Okay, I don't know. Well, no, you're not going to be able to see that, but it looks like there's actually this brown gunk is also inside, and it looks like it contaminated that spring in there. I don't think that would be why the car was stalling, but I'm changing these out, and it looks like I was doing the right thing by changing them out. So I tried to subdue a burp, but I think the microphone caught that anyway. Right. All right. I'm going to pull out three more, and then I got to go charge up the phone and come back in an hour or two, barring any circumstances. Okay, the end of the spring also looks crusted over, but this one doesn't look so terrible. This one actually looks all right. yeah, I can't show you the spring in here because the light is coming from top down, whereas the camera's looking on the side. But it's like some garbage at the end of that coil in there, that spring. Sounds good to be on later to watch off to work. Ah, well, the thing with these live videos is they'll be here. They get up, but I think after I finish going live, they are uploaded to YouTube. I think you might have to click on the live tab instead of like uploaded videos on the channel or anything. But yeah, like after work, if you like watching this stuff to go to sleep, that's what I do. I watch YouTube videos to go to sleep. But like, yeah, the videos will be here. They'll be waiting for you. And thanks for dropping in. It's awesome. Awesome to see viewers watching. I love it. Okay, this one, let's see. Oh, this one looks kind of really cruddy in there. Maybe I'll show you because I'm saying all of these are. Let's see. There we go. I mean, that could make an electrical connection against the spark plug, but it just doesn't look too great in there. It's all gunky. That's what coils look like after 225,000 miles. All right, last one. Yeah, this one's actually, the last one actually isn't too terrible. This one looks, honestly, I would reuse this one, but I'm replacing all of them anyway, so. But I mean, some of them, like, two of them look completely fine. The rest are either questionable or should have been replaced anyway, so. Well, we've actually got a lot done. The worst is behind us, I think. Let me plug that hole up. All right, so for now, I'm just gonna leave this the way it is. I'm gonna let the phone charge up. I'm gonna take maybe like a 1 or 2 hour break, maybe drink a coffee or something. And when we come back, let's see, we will either change the PCV valve or we will continue setting it. You know what? I'll leave the spark plugs in place because they're not going to be difficult to take out when the day comes, right? Or, hmm, I have spark plugs, right? I mean, that's the part that I do have. So I could change the spark plugs and then plug the holes back up. Um, Maybe that's what we'll do. Because what's left? The PCV valve is left. The EGR valve is left. But honestly, the EGR valve, I think I want to do after the fuel injectors because that rail is in the way. So I'll reassemble the fuel injectors when I get them, put the rail back down, and then I'll get to the EGR. So EGR will leave for later. PCV valve we can do today, and we can replace the spark plugs themselves today, and then plug the holes back up with paper towels and wait for the new coils to come in the mail. So yeah, let me take that 1 or 2 hour break, charge up the phone, drink a coffee, and then we'll come back and we'll change the PCV valve and the spark plugs. All right. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you later. Take care. Bye bye.